The Netherlands is a small nation with an intriguing and rich history. The Netherlands has grown into a wealthy and prosperous country throughout the years. Doesn't it make you ponder why the Netherlands is so prosperous and how it became so wealthy? With high GDP is due to clever ideas and investments that supported and grew its economy. Furthermore, the Rotterdam harbor makes the Netherlands a commerce hub, which has a significant beneficial influence on the country's economy. This simple response may not satisfy your curiosity concerning the source of the Netherlands' wealth. Welcome back to Nations Echo, everyone. Let's get into the video to know more about the country. Not only is the Netherlands prosperous as a country, but its people are among the wealthiest in the world. The Netherlands is the 14th wealthiest country in the world. The GDP per capita in 2020 is $59.229. This is the result of dividing the gross domestic product by the population of each country. What is the national average wage in the Netherlands? The average yearly wage in the Netherlands is roughly $38.900. It might rise or fall depending on an individual's age or type of job. As a result, the average monthly wage is roughly $3,200. Nevertheless, there are major disparities in monthly compensation based on the sort of labor performed. The Netherlands has a high level of life since it is a wealthy country. This also guarantees that issues such as healthcare and infrastructure are appropriately organized in the Netherlands. However, in the Netherlands, some individuals are forced to survive on a low salary and must rely on agencies such as the food bank. How did the Netherlands become so wealthy? You may be wondering how the Dutch, with their small country, become one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Let's look at the probable explanations. The Netherlands is a commercial country. It is a tiny nation, yet it is a massive country in terms of commerce and product export. For generations, the Dutch have done this. The Dutch East India firm was the world's largest trade company and the first international corporation. Rotterdam's port is one of the major trading centers. It elevates the Netherlands to the status of a significant global commercial hub. It generates millions of euros in revenue each year, making it vital to the Dutch economy. The Netherlands gets the greatest money by exporting goods such as equipment, chemicals, tomatoes, cucumbers, apples, pears, tulips, Gouda cheese, and a variety of other items. This money is significant and helps to build the Dutch economy. The Dutch are also well known for their exports of chocolate and popular beverage companies. Amsterdam, the capital, even features the world's largest cocoa export port. The Netherlands is the economic hub of the world's most stable area. It is surrounded by wealthy and strong countries such as Germany and Belgium, both of which rely on the Rotterdam port. Because of the harbor, other nations such as Luxembourg, Denmark, and France engage in the Netherlands' commerce and finances. Not only do their imports and exports rely on this port, but so do the trades of many other European nations. For example, the majority of raw materials used by German industry pass via the port of Rotterdam. The Netherlands is the world's second-largest agricultural country, behind China. Locals and neighbors in the Netherlands may make light of the country's flatness. However, every square meter of the Netherlands' flat, rich terrain is put to good use. As a result, it is an agricultural powerhouse. It is the world's second-largest exporter of agricultural goods after only the U.S. The Dutch generated $111.5 billion in earnings from agricultural exports in 2021. It is Europe's leading exporter of agricultural products. The humid climate and fertile flat soil make it ideal for agriculture. Dutch farmers have been doing it for generations and have gotten rather adept at it. This is why the Dutch exporting fruits and vegetables are so popular in other nations throughout the world. The Netherlands has a thriving industry. Even though they have limited natural resources, the Dutch industry is highly developed. There are no mines from which raw materials such as those used in the metal industry may be mined. The vast majority of raw materials used in the Dutch industry are imported. But what makes the Dutch manufacturing sector so excellent is that the Dutch have a wealth of information about how to manufacture things. They generate everything they require. The Netherlands imports raw resources at reasonable prices and converts them into exports of high-quality items manufactured in its advanced industries. It is home to IT and electronics sector titans such as Philips. However, some of the world's largest chemical businesses, such as AkzoNobel, are headquartered in the Netherlands. These large corporations contribute significantly to the Dutch economy and provide numerous work opportunities. All of this adds significantly to the overall prosperity of the country. The Netherlands invests in cutting-edge technology. The Dutch are receiving and will continue to reap the advantages of their wise investments. The country has made significant expenditures in the fields of medical, technology, education, renewable energy, and revolutionary agricultural techniques and goods. The Dutch economy is propelled forward by their investments in what truly counts. Their wise investments will help keep the Netherlands ahead of the competition in the future. Eindhoven, a Dutch city, is located in an area that is regarded as one of the most promising and inventive in Europe. It's no surprise that Eindhoven is home to the well-known Dutch technology business Philips. Furthermore, the success of the education, health, and other industrial sectors that keep the Dutch economy steady is the consequence of wise investments. As a consequence, they stay at the top of the knowledge rankings. As a result, it brings a lot of commerce and money to the country. This, of course, leads to greater job opportunities. The entrepreneurial spirit of the Dutch. The Dutch are indoctrinated with an entrepreneurial mentality from a young age. The Dutch people's entrepreneurial spirit is responsible for the country's wealth. The Netherlands is home to some of the world's greatest universities. The world-class, well-rounded education generates highly talented individuals. The educational institutions are focused on generating innovative students who can think beyond the box. That is why there are so many startups here, all with brilliant new ideas for taking over the world. The majority of Dutch startups do business online. In this way, the country produces highly competent and enterprising individuals who jointly propel the economy forward. The Netherlands' flourishing tourist industry. The Netherlands is a tourist hotspot, and a trip to Europe would be incomplete without a stop there. It ranks 20th amongst the world's most visited destinations. Amsterdam, the capital, is one of Europe's most popular tourist destinations. Furthermore, travelers from all over the world visit Amsterdam because of its rich history, distinctive architecture, diverse tourist attractions, and laid-back residents. Every spring and summer, the capital is overrun with tourists. Around 20 million foreign visitors are expected to visit the country in 2021. Furthermore, 20 million Dutch citizens vacationed in their nation. In 2019, the Dutch tourist business earned no less than $39 billion, employing 813,000 Dutch workers. However, the current epidemic has had a tremendous impact on this industry, which is still recovering. Only $15.5 billion were earned by the sector in 2020. The tourist industry alone accounts for 3.5% of the Dutch overall economy. As a result, while tourism is a modest part of the Dutch economy, its value cannot be underestimated and is growing year after year. The Netherlands' immigration policy is smart because it welcomes highly skilled immigrants who drive the economy. Any skilled worker can get a Dutch work visa. Dutch immigrants are welcomed and developed through a simple work visa process. Innovative immigrants boost the Dutch economy's competitiveness. Immigrants and local businesses boost the Dutch economy. Are the Dutch rich? Many assume all Dutch are wealthy. This is somewhat true. A Dutch person averages $39,000 per year. This is pricey compared to the global annual average wage of $18,000. Not quite. Costs vary globally, as do salaries. Most Dutch items are expensive. In the Netherlands, bread costs roughly $2. Similar bread in India costs 50 cents. German bread is $40 cheaper. Living standards are often used to measure wealth as well. To measure the buying power, economists developed a model called PPP. This takes into account both the average yearly incomes of people and the average prices. This is the most common way a country's GDP is expressed, enabling easy and effective comparison between countries. And the Netherlands has the highest GDP, making it one of the richest countries in the world. So in comparison to other countries, people are a lot richer in the Netherlands. But although the living standards are extremely high, the number should always be put into perspective to the higher prices the Dutch have to pay for their everyday expenses. Is there poverty in the Netherlands? Just like in any nation, there is poverty. However, poverty has a completely different meaning for the Dutch. There are very few people starving because they cannot afford food. Most people can find a home or suitable shelter regardless of their income. Most people can afford medical care when they need it. This is all because of the Dutch welfare state. If you cannot find a job, for example, there are laws in place that will protect you. You would receive a very low income from the government with which you could make ends meet. Specialized government agencies can even help you with your job search or help you with solving your financial problems. It is mandatory to cooperate with these projects to get your allowance. If someone has a condition that hinders them from working, the government gives them an allowance, and the insurance system helps them pay for necessary health care. But even though this all sounds great, this system does have its flaws. The allowances are extremely low. To pay for all expenses, it is necessary to make every single penny count. This is already a difficult situation, but if you also consider the rapidly rising rent prices and the rapid inflation currently plaguing the Netherlands, it becomes increasingly clear that the situation of the people relying on these allowances is dire. So poverty does exist in the Netherlands, although it probably looks different from what you would imagine. People still struggle, but luckily, really life-threatening situations are rare. The wealthy economy is the result of the contribution of the Dutch people throughout the centuries. The Dutch people's resilient and entrepreneurial spirit is why the Netherlands is so wealthy. That's all for today. We will be back with more such information. Until then, please do like the video and subscribe to our channel.